Alright, welcome back everyone to our further journeys through the Radiant Citadel. Let's get our music playing, and we are still in SiabSunkoh after having helped with some difficulties between two of the merchant families there, the Zangoon family and the Tianmo family. You did a bit of traveling around this new land, going to give tribute on the mountain, Vern Mountain, and coming into face to face with one of the guardian spirits, the spirits of the land being kind of a tangible, very powerful forces here. They are venerated and disrespected at your own risk, effectively. So you guys got a bit of a quest given to you by the being up there called the Mattal to help with two other of the spirits, one of the plains and one of the river that was suffering. And you've come now all the way to Lynx River, having dealt with the spirit of the plains, and have infiltrated even Silvercarp Farm. So you arrived at night, you snuck in, split up, looking for problems. I believe Ogrish is the only one still not with the party. He was down by the river that he found leading into the larger river, like a tributary, the river that is most likely the cause of the problems, something like this. And you guys, well, you did kind of, you didn't technically break in, you tried to cause a distraction to force your way in. You were definitely not happy visitors there, and they gave you a room to stay begrudgingly after a bit of talking and bargaining. And then unfortunately, as you all started to nod off to sleep, you heard the lock turning, and they have effectively locked you in here for whatever reason. Doesn't seem friendly though, and that's pretty much what we're picking up. So we get the party token down. Okay, you guys see your room?
Yes.
Right. So, is there anything that is going to be done about that right now, or are you all just going to sleep on it for morning?
Oh, I thought it was at just at the end of the long rest that it was.
Nope.
Okay, I thought it was at the long.
Well,
Okay.
it's kind of at the strike of midnight, like early morning.
Okay.
Hey, Deja, check your settings to make sure the video's not coming through with you.
I turned my chat tech off, so no one should be able to transmit any video or audio through Roll20. Maybe just give a refresh.
Is it okay now? Seems to.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't press reconnect. That was it. Sorry.
No problem. Okay. So I mean, it's up to you on how you guys are going to approach the situation.
No, I think we're just gonna like chill out here because they locked us in the room, so we didn't snoop around, but we already snooped around, so
Fair enough.
I assume we'd kind of lay low and play dumb.
Yeah. Finish the long rest and then deal with the situation in the morning.
And we all regretted not having message as a cantrip.
Well, message doesn't pass through solid stone, I believe so.
Indeed. Spell you're looking for is send.
Yeah. We're not gonna get that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, are you guys... So you're all having a rest? Are you keeping a watch or doing anything else in this time?
Yeah, Makari will keep first watch. Just in case.
Alright, so give me some
and digit text
checks. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Message can pass through barriers if you're familiar with the target.
Oh, nice.
But it's still only 120 feet, and it'd be whether he's too far away.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Alright.
Some pretty
So,
good perception check.
You guys. I mean, it's already quite early in the morning, as you only arrived here fairly late as well. And as you start to keep an eye out on the surroundings, watching what's happening, going on, you can hear people constantly, boots on the cobbles outside, marching past. There definitely seems to be a guard of some kind. Not too much other activity at this time of night. And then, as we go through the watches, we get to the third watch, kind of the one right before dawn, which will say, for this purpose, Katara here, she was the third one that rolled. And what you hear this strange kind of sound begin to brew to the south somewhere, Katara. A gurgling, almost like a howl, and then a cry of pain that suddenly gets cut off short.
You said from the south?
It sounded like from the southern part of the compound, yeah.
That's where they are digging the mine as well.
You hear, let's take off this peaceful music for now. You hear another kind of strangled cry, and you hear this sound, this like heavy footfalls moving fairly swiftly along the alleyway outside your door. You hear someone, "What the hell is that?" And the sound kind of moves in. There's a bit of like people coming to, and you hear a flurry of movement, doors opening, feet emptying out into the courtyard outside your door, as all you hear is like, and then this deep like, almost like a howl, but it sounds like the sliding of earth down the side of a mountain, like the grinding of rock as it crushes into powder. It's a very foreign sound.
Oh boy. Can I try and open the door?
I mean, you can. It's just. It looks like they have not locked it like with the key, but with in fact like a crossbar on the other side.
Okay.
So I mean, it's possible with a strong enough athletics check, maybe someone could, ram their way through, or if there were other tools available. There isn't really much in the way of windows here, unfortunately.
Oh my. Yeah, I'm not carrying.
So I mean, I imagine.
One of the few times I don't have a crowbar.
Fair enough. I imagine when the first howls started, you would have gone to kind of wake all your companions, or they probably would have awoken from these sounds. I mean, there's very quickly the sound of wholesale slaughter outside.
I can try and assist maybe someone who's a little stronger than myself and trying to get this door open.
Is there a window?
Okay, they're just for this.
I assume if they put us in like a...
Yeah, there would be
a
one
room.
barred access point, not really just a small kind of strip of rock missing to prevent condensation. They wouldn't have it completely sealed.
Any chance of me squeezing through it?
Maybe, in fact. You are a smaller creature. You can give me an acrobatics check.
As I see him going to go and do that, I'm going to cast guidance on him.
Okay. Alright, so he's going to take a couple of steps back. He's going to sprint towards this small opening, and he's going to try literally dive like a dart for it.
Nice. Okay, so you just hear this like whank, and you get stuck in there, feet kind of wiggling in the air. With a bit of a, you want to roll your guidance?
Yes. It's D4, right?
Yep.
You kind of start to squeeze, pushing on the bars, but from what you can immediately see, let's just put a party token there. You see a scene of chaos. There are a lot of bodies that have accumulated in a very small amount of time, and the object causing all this destruction is a being that is kind of hard to see. It looks canine in nature, but much larger, like midway between horse and dog. You kind of push the rest of the way out and plop down to the floor, and I mean the smell of the iron smell of blood of people dying around you is intense. What is your plan here?
Well, the door's locked from the other side, so is it bolted or is it padlocked?
It's just a bolt, a dead bolt. You could lift it up.
Okay, yes, then he's going to unlock the door and allow his fellow party members out.
Okay. You guys, well, here we go. As he opens the door, you two have access to the scene of terror. Now, what you can see, there's a guard on the other side who is wounded, who is defending himself with a spear, backing up. Stay away! Stay back, you beast! The creature itself, one of them kind of turns, pads forward momentarily, catching a bit of the movement and like looks in your guys' direction. You see a large canine creature that looks to have been made from stone. What you assume to be fur at first is actually kind of this moss lichen, and you see these dark rubies in the eyes. This is the closest I could find. The creature itself does have literal gemstones for eyes. They seem to be some kind of earth creature. So I think at this point, as these creatures are definitely have their own agenda, they're busy killing things, we are going to go pretty much straight into initiative. Ogrish, what I was going to say is you would definitely have heard the cries of distress in the distance. I imagine you would have started hoofing it back to the party. Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah, that is fair enough to say. He had a plan for what was going to happen at dawn if nothing happened, but if he heard the sounds of battle, then he would definitely start dashing towards the compound.
Okay, so we're going to get you on the map a bit further down. Let's see. Say you've sprinted since you heard the first noises, and you've arrived to about here. You've hopped over the wall and you're passing in front of the cave entrance, and you see this trail of bodies leading up into the village. Alright. Does your token have vision? No, it doesn't seem to have.
I'm having a hard time finding my token.
How about
Maybe
now to the south? Over here?
in the south. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I can see.
So, as we come back to everyone else, let's just get some initiatives going here. Oh, flip, this is the one where I haven't got that. Okay, hold on, I will get it in a second. Just give me 1 minute. Let's just turn on my macro. Journeys through the Radiant. Oh wait, it's still recording. Hello people listening, I make funny sounds in the background. Sing. Fuck. Okay, that should do it.
Appear not to be on the map.
Let's just doing this bloody not adding initiative. Okay.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Go 1 second, let me double check. Makari, you should be. Here we go. just going to redo all the initiatives just to make this easier. Okay, that's getting bonuses. And get these 2 dogs on the guard. And it looks like you can hear other guards from inside this open door leading back into the building. You know the building leads to the leader of the owner of the farm, effectively, the unpleasant halfling gentleman. And it looks like the dogs are generally heading in that direction, from what you can see. But as we get into the thick of things, it looks like one of these is the first to go. I don't know why it's not called Rockhound, so it's not renamed. Okay, this creature is interested in charging right through. You see it slam against this this poor guard there, who is freaking out, batting away the weapon that the guard is loosely holding in his hand. It will just chomp down on him using its bite attack. Just 1 second, I think I'm getting double music here. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, in the meantime, this creature runs up. The guard does halt his own, backing up against the open doorway, calling for assistance. It doesn't seem to be forthcoming. It's going to just end its turn there, attacking up against this figure. That will bring us to, well, him. I mean, these guys are rolling pretty well. And he's just going to go ahead and one hand the spear. He's trying to keep his shield up as much as possible. It's going to be a 12 to hit, which will not do it, just causing sparks as it strikes along the creature's rock body. That'll bring us down to Ogrush. What you doing?
He's gonna dash. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's the first half. And then straight ahead, 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can he see? He can see Makari? Where
You should be able to. Yes, there's lights outside the door. Yeah, easily visible.
So he'll call out, "What is happening here?"
Makari's going to point northwards to the eviscerated guards and the large stone creature that is currently mauling on them. He's also going to say, "I don't know where my mount's gone, so I'm probably on your shoulder."
Yeah.
Oh yes, you have your toad with you, and you brought. I mean, you ran in from the forest to try and push yourself into the premises. Did you leave your toad tied up, or did you ride it in that instance?
He didn't ride it in though,
Okay.
because he figured trying to ride in a large toad might kind of unsettle these people.
That's a fair assumption. Alright, well, hopefully he, we'll say Ogrush led him down to the area where he camped. And he's kind of tied up there, or he's safe and sound for now.
Okay.
So, Ogrush, you charging forward? Anything else from you?
Nothing else this turn. It looks like my vision went away. I can't see the all I can see is the party token, and everything is kind of dark gray.
That is very strange. You should double check why.
There we go. I can see again.
Okay, perfect. Alright, Makari, over to you.
Oh, pretty simple turn. 30 movement. Let's get its attention. Javelin.
Nice. Unfortunately, this one just bounces off the rock armor padding. You threw it at the one to the east, or the one attacking the guard?
This guy up.
Alright, didn't seem to notice, unfortunately.
He screams and shouts and curses in Gobbish, trying to get its attention.
I mean, the other one definitely does, though. Is that going to be your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Tara, over to you. The door is open.
Okay. Guitar will run out to that point and will take a shot at the one that is on the guard
Okay.
with her short bow.
Fortunately,
I'm sure that doesn't hit.
yeah. You guys may be blinking as you come into the torchlight here. Fortunately, the first couple of attacks are going awry. Anything else from you?
No, that's it.
Nick?
Okay, gonna just run out to there and brings up his shield and light green glow flashes from the shield, and he's gonna cast Bless on Makari, Kitara, and Ogre.
Alright.
Thank you.
And then
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Just move a little bit forward. Sorry.
Sure. Right, so Grosh, you're placed by companions, as well as the other two of you. Now, as we get to the second creature, who was moving forward, kind of veers to the side, seeing someone who hasn't, someone that's still alive, effectively, and it's going to 5 feet to move there, and then it's going to start loping, running, gaining speed. You see what looks to be this raging, animated group of rocks, effectively, shaped like a large dog, slams or tries to slam into you with all its force. Let's see if it just succeeds here. It's going to take a bite attack, but if it hits, it will. Yeah, so it's using its charge feature. It's moved 20 feet. I need you to please make a strength saving throw for me against falling prone.
Nate, do they seem like they are in like an enraged kind of state, or is it like?
I would say so.
Okay.
It's not like they have like a glowing red aura around them, but you've seen. In fact, you would have seen similar in the 2 wolves that attacked you in the Mount of Vern.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you succeed. You avoid falling prone. You'll be taking a bonus d6 on the bite. So going on to this. Oh wait, that's 2 hit. Hold on. So it's going to be 5 plus 6, so 11 points of damage as this creature does chomp down on you, not bringing you to the ground, but with that extra 6, doing a fair amount of damage. As that brings us to Bricktop.
Alright, Bricktop is going to go to door 15. As soon as he steps out the door, he's going to look to his right and just like give a Garoosh a wave, almost like a Forrest Gump wave. Just standing on the docks. And he's actually going to send some inspiration to a Garoosh. And he's going to say, "A Garoosh is a mighty fine ambassador. He carefully hones his vernacular. I call him an ass when introductions pass. Now go hit something, you ass." A door? Question mark? And then he's going to turn around and start running this way. And for his action, he's just going to mock the stone wolf that's attacking Makari.
Okay, so wisdom save, right?
Yes. Rolled something other than a 1.
Yeah, impressive.
Good, he saved.
Alright, not too interested in what you have to say. He continues harassing Makari. Are you ending a turn there?
Yes.
Osmodee?
MIA?
What's up?
I said MIA?
Go with us. Did he say something?
No.
Nope.
Oh wait, that's our new.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Mhm.
I'm spacing out you. Okay. So. Let's see here.
I don't know if it would be easier for you, Nate, if somebody else would control him. Because you have a bunch of other stuff, NPCs and enemies and stuff.
Probably be easier. The only issue is apparently you used D&D Beyond, so it's just got an empty character sheet.
Ah.
Alright, he's still using it. He's a traitor.
Heavy. Okay. Well, in that case, I think Osmodee maybe is going to be a bit of a panicker. Sprint past Agrush in this direction.
First bit of action.
Realize, like, looking at this creature staring at you, like no saliva, it's like muddy gravel dripping out of the creature's mouth. Easily, I mean, you look around and it's bludgeoning wounds from everyone, like broken necks. Looks like people have just been hit with large boulders, and you can see why now. What? Struggling to remember even what class results were there. Do you guys remember?
Wizard, Blade Singer.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
character sheet was super broken anyway. All of his stats were like 17 and 15 and 18. Like,
I
think he was
he had a random feat for some reason.
a wizard blade singer, maybe. I think.
he was a blade singer, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think before he leaves, we'll just say he has a magic missile. He's going to send one magic missile off at this hound, and then head for the hills. So 1, 2, 3.
If you scroll up, there's his character sheet. If you want, I can take a look at it. I'm used to
Do you
D&D
have
Beyond.
access? Do you have access to it on D&D Beyond and would be able to make use of it?
Yeah.
Okay, then go for it. We'll say this round
Okay.
he does that, and then next round it'll give you a bit of a chance. So it's going to be each D4 is +2 on it, right?
No, +1.
+1. Oh, I don't know that yet. Things I should have made block. So 10 points of damage. Slamming into this, breaking off bits of rock. The creature just seems interested in combat, nothing else, and it will carry on. This one up here is still trying to take down the guard. He missed his last attack, so he's gonna. Oh gosh, that is embarrassing. Not interested in this. He's going to push past deeper into the house. The guard will take an attack of opportunity, but this creature definitely seems to have. It looks like it has a motive almost. A natural one. The guard is so terrified that just the movement of the creature brushes the spear out of his hand. He has to kind of use his movement to get down, pick it up again for moving into the house and kind of into the shadowed area inside. That'll bring us to him as he charges up, making attacks in the distance. Ogrush, what are you going to be doing?
Ogrish will continue his attempt to get into the battle. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And at that point he can see what's going on.
Okay, that guard actually got a natural 20, and he did a whole 12 damage to the creature in there.
Within, I can dash up to it. Yeah, Agrush is just going to dash the rest of the way and take a position right here.
Okay, joining your friend in combat. Makari, you now have someone standing next to you. This creature hits hard. What you doing?
Makari, it looks a little worse for wear, to be fair, from just that one attack. There's no point in me using Lance because I get disadvantage from 5 feet away. and I'm not mounted, so I'm going to be building a shield and javelin at the minute. Actually, no, it's both shield and net. I'm going to try and net it. Throw the net.
Okay, 22 will do the job. Will hit.
2 damage.
And what, is it now restrained against DC?
Doesn't have a DC written on it. I think it's just if I hit.
A creature hit is restrained until freed. DC 10 strength check. But it has to use its action to do so.
Okay.
Alright. Or it can attack and slash. But generally, yeah, the creature is restrained currently. Are you keeping your position?
Nope. Weapon step. Attack of opportunity if it gets one.
Okay, it would, but it would be a disadvantage. So he's going to try and fight at you. And that's just going to slam down. You hear like stone crashing into each other, just missing. That'll bring us to our monk.
Okay, Katara is going to move up here so we get some flanking. And she has advantage on the attack since the creature's restrained. Uh, 23 for 9 points of bludgeoning.
Very nice. Yeah, with this whack, you hear a bit of the rock crack and actually just fall off the creature's body.
And she will do her unarmed strike. And that'll be a miss.
Yeah, that is good. So yeah, the creature kind of turns around to engage you, and you have to pull back at the last second, as it is kind of torn between going for Katara and Ogrush. Daggett will come around to your turn. What you doing?
Okay. Move up to there and it's gonna do Toll the Dead on this one.
That's a
The
failure.
one next to them. So 5. And that's gonna be his turn.
Okay. See a bit of the rock kind of crumble, almost that the moisture's been drawn out of it, turning into this destroyed, salted earth as it falls to the ground. The creature is not too happy with his current situation, and he's going to use its earth stomp ability. So as it rears up into the air and slams down into the ground, you see this crack radiate from it. Just and I need everyone within a 10-foot radius to please give me a DC 12 con saving throw. Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Power of the Green Kings, they believe.
Okay.
I am inspired.
20.
You all
The
succeed.
poetry of Bricktop inspires me.
Nice. Well, okay, so you're going to take half damage from this, and you're not going to fall prone from the shockwaves, which is good, because it can be a hefty attack, but this one's pretty low. So it's going to be 4 points of damage to each of you. As
Does that count as an attack?
versus what?
Or is it an ability?
What do you?
Is it counted as an attack, or is it a spell, an ability?
It's probably in a. I mean, it doesn't specifically say attack. No, it would be an ability, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So I can't negate the damage on aggression.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll bring us around to Bricktop then.
Okay. He can only see one of the dogs right now. Okay. He's going to move over. Where is it? Move over here. And he is going to need a short bow or something. He's gonna viciously mock the restrained dog again. And there's that one.
Ouch. Okay, he does fail. He takes that one psychic, but more importantly, at least, he gets hampered on his next attack.
How do you want to do this, right? But that's going to be it for Bricktop's turn.
Right. So, who's gone blank now? What's your character's name? Digit. Anything for Osmode?
So he's gonna bonus action do the what's it called? Blade Song.
Okay. More AC and one, I think, more movement as well.
Yeah. +4 to AC and increase movement by 10 feet. Advantage on acrobatics check. And +4 to con save to maintain concentration. Then he's gonna move up to it.
Some Diablo.
I can't move him,
Okay.
so he'd move right next to it, and he's gonna do Booming Blade.
Yeah, that'll hit. So what is that?
Plus-
Two-handed? That's one-handed, right?
One-handed, yeah. Oh, plus the 5 first, because the other one is for the right.
So what's
No.
happening? It's 9 damage for the
It-
first one.
It's 9 damage from the spear, and I'm trying to figure out if it's the 5 or the 8 from
Be
the
the
book.
8.
The 8, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you scroll over that 8 is
Yeah, it's 2 plus 3. Yeah.
Okay. So this
Sorry, I
should-
didn't know that if you press on the booming blade part, it would also do the attack.
So good. My BI is acting up. This creature is in fact bloodied. It is looking extremely wounded at this point. It should be a red aura.
Okay. Yeah, that's his turn.
Alright. You hear the sounds of fighting, of chaos coming from inside the house. And you hear a similar as the creature inside has used similar kind of slamming attack. And you can hear some of the walls cracking, a bit of wood kind of ripping and tearing. And there's going to be some saves from the gems involved in this. And then we're going to get around to the gods. Oh, ouch, okay. So, one of the gods, you hear him cry out in pain as he will drop. The other one is pretty wounded. The gods are attacking it as much as they can. You can hear someone crying out in terror from inside the building. Just this kind of, no, 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 no. The sounds of the halfling, the owner of the property. However, the guard isn't going to be able to make contact, and that's going to bring us back to Ogrush.
Scabrous Cur. Fear my pick.
Nice.
21.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, with that you kind of get it in the segmented rocky neck, and with a shattering sound, the whole head just falls to the floor, breaking and dispersing along the ground. So the body slumps down as well. It kind of falls into just a pile of earth and rocks.
Take that. And then Agrush will dash Well, no, he'll just use his move to go toward the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make it out now. It's being held off by a really weary-looking guard. That'll bring us around to Makari.
Okay. 20, 25, 30. High risk, high reward. What do you reckon, guys?
High risk.
Go for it.
Yes.
The more you fuck
I mean,
around, the
do
more.
I do the smart thing and heal myself, or
Yeah.
do I dash action and get right up in there so I can start defending people? 5, 10, 15, 20.
Technically, they haven't offered you any money yet, so keep that in mind.
Ah.
Why would... Damn! Okay, well, I'm going
Yeah, that halfling was
to...
pretty rude.
He was, yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
laugh.
Now I'm going to use all 10 points of lay on hands on myself like a greedy bastard.
Okay. And that brings us around to Monk.
Okay, Qatar is going to use all 40 feet of her movement to... come on now. Get to right there, standing kind of on top of the other guard's body. And we'll make her first attack. Does a 15 hit?
Just hit, in fact.
Okay, for 5. And then we'll do her unarmed attack. And that'll miss.
And you can see to the right of you, this creature is slammed to the ground, kind of messing with the structural integrity of the house and the walls here. There is a figure you can just kind of see on the other side, in the small little closet room next to you. The halfling, in fact, the gentleman owning this master, I believe he was from the Yam family. And he's crying out, "Please, help me! Anyone! Save me! Quickly!" Yeah, he's in that complete panic mode. Yeah, it's pretty good. So, anything else from you, or is that the end of your turn?
That'll be the end of her turn.
Okay, over to you, Daggett.
Okay, just gonna run up to there. Can barely see it, and it's gonna do Toll the Dead.
Okay, wisdom. Alright, wisdom. Big save.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. Is that it from you?
Yeah, that's it.
So, this, I believe, is the deceased rockhound. We come to Bricktop once more. You can also all kind of hear the pleading inside. You see Katara go in. What you doing, Bricktop?
Bricktop is going to run up. He will dash to the doorway. And that's it.
Very well. What's Osmodee doing?
Okay. He's gonna run up 40 feet. So there. Oh. Is there any like loose furniture around this area?
Yeah, there'd be like splinters of wood and things that have been knocked off the shelf. You can see like a small metal stone statue of a man.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna cast catapult on the statue.
Okay, nice. That will be a failure, so we'll take the full 8 bludgeoning. The creature is now officially bloodied. and it seems to this only seems to kind of increase its fervor, and it turns away from everyone to kind of try and break through the wall and get at the screaming halfling inside. So
Okay.
this creature has already damaged this wall to some degree. Is going to take it to the next level and just slam its body into it. Move that. Change this quickly. Okay, he's going to break through the side wall and go on the attack. Just bits of lumber and mortar kind of splintered, flying everywhere. That's going to be a bite attack. And he kind of dives onto the floor just underneath it, avoiding that. Very luckily. The guard will come in from the other side and use... well, let's get a bonus from flanking. Let's get a two-hand spear. That is a 21 to hit, but only for, unfortunately, 2 piercing. Not very strong guards. Ogrush, over to you.
So it looks like it's pretty crowded in there. But it also looks like there's space to stand over the body of a slain guard between Katara and the living guard. Is that what I'm seeing? Oh no, that's where Katara
So the
is.
guard's gone to this side. Yeah, there'll be enough space for you in there.
All right, Ogrush is going to barrel through there, and then he will attack with the war pick.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, nice. Not only that,
Damn.
but he's a half orc, so he's got the savage attack to add as well.
Oh, nice.
So,
When you double crit, it's 4 times the dice.
so did it add the crit in?
I
No,
don't
it
think
did
so. Give us another d8.
for the crit, and then the D8 for the being a half orc.
Yes, I guess so. Good heavens.
Yeah.
Any way in particular you want to finish this creature?
The gravelly head, there will be like a large stone in the center of the head, and when the pick slams into it, it basically just cracks open into 2 perfect halves, and then all of the remaining gravel just falls to the floor like it was dumped out of a dump truck. And Agrush says, "Take that, foul creature. I have dealt with your kind before in the presence of Amatul." And then he turns to the halfling and he menaces him, pointing the war pick, and says, "Now is the time for you to come clean about what you're doing to the river. Speak now." He intimidates him, and then he'll add the inspiration just for good measure, which would give a 22 intimidation, and then and I guess that'll be the end of his turn.
Yeah, and that's going to bring us out of combat as there's no more actively offensive units here that are attacking. And it's just, this halfling is pretty terrified of the whole situation. You can see that he's almost like hyperventilating. The body of this creature kind of turned into gravel and just fell all upon him. So he's almost like pinned to the ground because he's struggling to get up his small stature. And I'm sorry, please, thank you. He almost starts to cry as he realizes the creature is not active any longer. Just kind of falls back. I'm sorry, everything. It was the cave to the south. We came across some kind of metal that was extremely valuable. I had a contact that showed interest on the Citadel. It's all there. Gesturing to the south where the cave entrance is.
These are crimes against nature, in my opinion. I think you should be held to account in the ways accustomed to your people.
Please. I was just trying to make a bit of money. I could share some with you. You don't have to tell anybody. I made lots of profit off this. Please.
a brick tuck pipes up. Excuse me. Oh, where is your kitchen at?
He would gesture to an outhouse building attached to the blacksmithy.
Brooktop goes to the kitchen building and is going to come back just with one of the bottles of wine that he found in there and just helping himself to it.
Fair enough.
As payment.
So someone said something about money, and Makari's there somehow. Don't worry about it. He just like appears.
Please.
You should pay
yes.
the goblin, but you will accompany us to the nearby village, and you will confess your crimes.
And his face falls. At this point, he just starts sobbing, just blubbering.
Makari makes the gimme hand at him.
I mean, he's lost in the fact that he's probably, you know, at the end of his life, possibly, depending on how the people are going to treat him. Maybe exile, maybe you're not really sure. I mean, he does have a coin purse attached to him. You could kind of just lean down and pluck that if you wish.
That's too easy. He says, "Give me your money and I'll make it all go away."
He asks how you will do that, amidst kind of snot bubbles and hiccups.
He says he's Makari. He fixes things.
There's like, I mean, you can see this man is deep in a well, and for a second there's a bit of a light at the top, and he gladly hands over his coin purse. There's much more where that came from, my friend. These people, they pay well. They're well connected.
He's gonna take out a coin and kind of like roll it around in his claws, and he's gonna kind of bite it to test that it's actually gold.
It is actually gold, yeah. From the way it's minted, it's not from SiabSunkoh. It's not from the Radiant Citadel. In fact, it's not from a place you know of.
I'd like to request a con save to see if he breaks his tooth.
Oh, that's you're one con save away from breaking your tooth. That's a bad life, man. You need more milk or something.
Oh! Shouldn't have rolled it.
One.
Makari breaks a tooth.
Searing pain is a chip of ivory. Well, for you it's more like brown, I guess. Like shoots out of your mouth.
He's an actor. He cleans his teeth.
Throw back to last campaign, guys.
Yes, I read about some people in Avernus who can help you with that.
They claimed they were dentists.
Nice. On this note, I just quickly want to run to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back too.
Okay, a couple of minutes.
Okay. Complete his code of what? Stuff.
Recording. Okay. No webcam break. Fuck off. So many flies. Ah. Okay, yeah, it's too hot to worry about this. I'm gonna just chill for now. Let's keep going with things. Is everyone back with us?
Yep.
Yes. So Agrush has, he's gonna speak. He talks to the halfling and says, "Halfling, when is the next delivery?"
The Concord Jewel was meant to, in 2 days' time, we're going to send a supply through.
And where do the buyers hail from?
I was never really told. I found it through a contact at the night market. They leave the money in a certain place. I leave the goods, and it was all very hush hush.
If you will not stand for your crimes in the manner of your people, then you will accompany us to the delivery. What say you?
I can't figure it. Busted. He's literally terrified. He doesn't really see an option here. Just kind of nods, folding in on himself.
Very well then. You will be under lock and key for the next 2 days, and then we will all go together to the delivery point. Is this understood?
A very small nod. But as for, I mean, this area here, it looks like there's a couple of commoners that have survived, cooks, servants, farmers that were in kind of outlying areas that begin to arrive here like screams as new people discover all the bodies. They eventually find their way here. Do you have any words for them, because you are kind of arresting their boss?
Your boss is under arrest, and we will attend to him in due time. You are free, you may stay, but you must leave us in peace. Is this understood?
Who's going to take over the farm? Are we in danger? What if more of those things come?
We will stay here, and we will protect you from those things. You attend to the normal operations of this farm for the time being.
Sure.
Brooktop looks at him and goes, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You're in charge." He just points at a random person.
Nice. Your internet's died. Looks around very nervously. I guess let's get a horse-drawn cart in here and start to clear some of the bodies. And they begin to kind of file off.
Makari says, "Not yet, I haven't looted him."
I'm going to say they didn't hear that.
Oh no, he said it has. He will loot them in front of them. He gives no fucks.
Well, regardless.
I want to loot the bodies.
Okay, you see
Should we
Makari
go?
in the background start scavenging. What were you saying there? Sorry.
Well, I was gonna suggest, should we go check out the cave? I mean, we've got 2 days until the delivery.
Yeah.
I propose that we take the halfling, and this will be spoken kind of under, in hushed tones, so that the halfling doesn't hear exactly what Algrush is suggesting. But maybe we should just take him to the delivery point and then sell him to whoever's buying the minerals and let them know that the mine is closed. And within the next 2 days, maybe we could check out the mine to see if it can actually be sealed.
Yeah. And did you mention to us the what you found, or not yet?
Whatever he finds, he will divulge to the party. He's not that kind of goblin.
Oh, I was talking to Ogarish, not.
Yeah, he found a tributary, a spring with some glittery metals in it, but I don't think he found the cave. Or did he?
He did.
There was no cave. Oh, you found the cave to the south.
He found the mine entrance.
Yeah. You guys are aware where that is. Sorry, this chat's just gonna blip for a second. Alright. Yeah, to the south. I mean, you saw guards slaughtered outside this place.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that close. It's like directly to the south. Is that right?
Yes, on the property, right here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that cave, but also Ogarish last session when he went to the other place, he found like a creek kind of, right, that had some minerals in it. So we can also go and and check that.
Okay.
But I think best thing to do right now is help these people clear up and finish our long rest.
Ogrush looks for a rope to bind the halfling.
Sure, we have rope.
Makari gives you hempen rope.
Thank you.
So, Makari, as you are kind of off in the distance, hopping from body to body, scavenging, make an investigation check for me.
Investigation. That's that. not the smartest of goblins.
Okay. So you will come away with a couple of coin purses, one or two personal effects, a ring here, an amulet there, mostly simple monetary things. Was there anything in particular you were looking for? Weapons, other objects?
Anything shiny, because he's a goblin.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. I'm going to post it in chat what you find.
Okay.
As for everybody else, they start to bring the bodies out to the front. I mean, these are people that have ties to the community. They're going to have to be... when morning comes, one of them will probably have to take them to the night market, or not to the night market, to the nearby town of Akreen, where most of these people probably came from.
Okay. Well, maybe we can help them get there. Because that's quite a distance away, right?
That's a couple of hours travel.
Oh, okay.
How long would it take to get back to the place where the Concord comes?
Let's get you back on the map and find out. So I'll just quickly measure. I don't imagine too long. You're actually pretty close to it. So it'll be about 7 miles.
Okay. So an easy half day on foot.
For the meantime, you guys are finishing your long rest, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's...
It wasn't an hour, so you can still finish that off with just a little bit more of a nap. Bit uneasy. Well, you just think here. What are you going to take any precautions? Because you, as far as you know, I mean, you could wake up and find another 2 creatures out here. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think it's best
Agrush will put the halfling in the same room that his companions were locked in, and Agrush will keep watch for part of his rest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we all should keep watch out, especially over him.
Well, those of you who've already kept watch this night can't do it again. You really do need
Okay.
to sleep. But Ogrish, you could definitely keep watch. You can roll for Osmo. Oh, there you go. You can roll for Osmodale, I was going to say, but so with the natural 20, yeah, nothing thankfully bothers you. No more sounds of sudden mass murder. You can hear people tiptoeing around the couple of servants that do remain. They are all extremely scared because they don't know what the reasoning was as well behind this attack. Well, they imagine it's their owner's greedy practices, because it's not like that. That part was a secret at least, but you know, as for the specifics, I'm not aware of that. But the sun does complete rising above SiabSunkoh, shining into the valley, filling it with light. A slight overcast morning, but still looks like it's going to be warm. You guys start to wake up into this now pretty empty farmstead.
Agrush wants to go inspect the mine, the cave. He'll take the halfling out of the room and tell him, "Lead us to the cave. We wish to inspect it, to see how we may right these wrongs you have perpetrated against nature."
So blinking and looking out into a bit of light peeking through the clouds. It's quite small, really. You can't miss it. It's just... He just resigns and starts walking in that direction. He'll bring you to the south, and let me turn on daylight mode here, as we're now in the day, and that would bring you down here to this entrance here. In fact, seeing as you have a chance to explore the whole premises, just to make things cleaner, I'll just remove this for now. But yeah, you can see the dark entrance to the cave. There's a couple of flickering torches inside. You see another body sprawled inside a bit further in. he will tell you that it's not very deep. It goes around one bend, goes over a small stream, and then down into the pit where they were digging, where they found this rare metal.
Look, an underground stream. Clearly, the metal is getting into the water, and that's how it's making its way to the river.
Well, let's get you onto that map if you are so interested in looking inside. And that'll put you guys right here.
And one question: who gave you information that it's possible to find this metal here? Because I can't imagine you started digging here for no reason.
I was actually looking at getting some alternate revenue streams, and I was told that the local hills did have some of the more common minerals that could sell for quite a bit if you find the right person, but not as much as this. This was accident. We stumbled upon it digging deeper and deeper, and it wasn't until I tried to sell some, and I probably got ripped off quite a fair amount, but this gentleman contacted me. Well, at least one of his people did, letting me know that I actually was in possession of something quite valuable. They wanted to set up some kind of deal in the amounts of money they were offering. Oh.
And what's the name of this gentleman?
I mean, he called himself Cole, but I imagine it's not his
Cole.
real name.
Okay.
And yeah, he assures you it's a fairly small cave. He doesn't seem too interested in going in himself. Are you going to force him ahead of you, or what's the deal?
Yeah, we need him to show us exactly where he got it from.
Okay.
Like where they were mining.
Sure, so you find yourself on the edge, precipice of this cave on the Silver Carp farm, and as you head inside, here we go. Yeah, you start to see dead miners here. Now, a bit of water is kind of pooling in from the various cracks as they've not done a very good job. You can see it's pretty inexpertly shorn up with timbers. Well, not that you guys have a professional eye, but it does look a bit shoddy. You can see people lying with the same injuries as the ones attacked by the rock hounds above. These creatures must have come from the further reaches of the mine here. Pickaxes lying next to them, wheelbarrows discarded, bits of natural ore kind of just thrown to the ground. And as these people tried to flee in terror and did not manage to escape these beasts.
Bricktop would notice the shoddy workmanship.
Fair. Yep. You'd be very uneasy even coming into this place. And as we go into here, you can see some of the timbers that have kind of crashed as these beasts have broken themselves out. You hear the twinklings of a stream. You look down and there's like a bridge over what you would imagine the river that eventually makes its way out into the Lynx River, and you can see that they have barrels here. These ones are empty, but they kind of smell they smell almost chemically, very, very strong, pungent smell. And the guy will stop here and point up ahead. Down in that pit, there was we started excavating downward. A bit of this acidic water started gathering, and once we cleared most of it away, we broke into some kind of... we found a seam of this metal.
Does it appear that the poisonous water is mingling with the fresh water?
No, not naturally. It doesn't seem like there's any obvious links between them. You can see
So if-
as you move forward what looks to be buckets and hauling utensils, wheelbarrows and ramps up here. It looks like they were empty themselves.
So if the entire thing was left undisturbed, do we have the sense that that would solve the problem with the metals getting into the river?
Effectively.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see this very now shallow pool of water at the base of the excavation site, and there is a kind of slight sheen from. It almost looks like the earth here has been ripped open, like the skin of a large creature, exposing the bones underneath, and you can see the seams of metal kind of zigzagging through. It's a bit of a silver metal with an almost bluish shine to it. It's quite interesting. It's very beautiful to look upon.
This should be left in the earth, I think. Perhaps we could seal this cave so that no others can come here.
I mean, there's a lot of mining equipment here. It's definitely something you could do. Ripping out supports, you probably wouldn't even need to take down that many. You know, the profits you are giving up, they were paying in the hundreds of platinum. These people don't mess around. They're not going to be impressed when their supply runs dry.
Do you see this empty barrel over here, Halfling?
He nods.
Get in it.
He looks at it, then he looks at you, kind of wondering whether you're joking. He doesn't make a move to it.
Ogrush raises his war pick.
He flinches and realizes he may be a bit more serious than he thought, and he moves over to it. You told him
Assuming he
to
gets in.
Yeah, you'll get in.
Yes. Ogrush will then replace the lid to the barrel and try and secure it.
Okay, bit of paltry resistance at the last moment, easily overpowered with your strength. You kind of just hear this like, please, please, whatever you're doing, I'll pay you double, please. It's just begging, crying, a fairly sad individual now that he's been caught out on his obvious degradation of the land around him.
I think we should destroy this mine. What do the others say?
Yep. 100%.
Pretty shitty mine, anyways.
Tara's already pondering how nasty he could be with a, thing trapped in a barrel.
Do you think it would be beneficial if I can try to detect poison to see if maybe we can figure out exactly what it is in the lake, and maybe we can try and come up with a way to help the lake clear out better, even
Plugged it in. I can't be
try
so
and
hard.
mitigate the effects that's already happened.
Sorry, I cut out at the last part there. What was the question? You want to use magics?
Yeah, no, I'm asking the party they think it's a good idea for Digit to
Could you maybe
use detect poison and disease to see
maybe
if we can figure out what the poison in the water is, to maybe find a way to mitigate what the damage
yeah.
has already been done.
Well, I mean, you see, they were kind of using the river as a quick dump point for the mineral water or whatever collective liquids have joined here. So without them actively doing that, the poison state of the river should kind of fix itself after a bit of time.
Yeah, okay. I was simply trying to fasten the process. That's all.
Fair enough. Hopefully the land should sort out the problem itself. And as you're looking down at the seam into the world of SiabSunkoh, you almost see it ripple, maybe like a trick of the light, or having to look through this thin layer of water. But it's almost as if the land dug away here has kind of revealed a larger creature beneath, which shifts slightly. The ore, a seam of metal, kind of in the surface of this creature's skin, is like repositions itself. You can see the seam slightly in a different angle now, but as soon as it starts, it's finished, and you guys kind of stand here in this now empty cave, still with bodies strewn around you.
Does this hole in the ground look man-made or natural?
The hole, it looks man-made.
Bricktop, what is the best way to destroy this mine? Which shoring up rafters should we pull out first?
Top would ask, are we wanting to just close this entrance to this cave right here, or the entire mine itself?
Whichever is best calculated to keep people out.
And to keep the water unpolluted.
Best
Yes.
calculated would be to cause a couple different, minor collapses. Obviously, get rid of this makeshift bridge here. We could knock out some of the supports here and here. Hopefully that the whole mine doesn't come down on us. But then I'd say back here in this hallway again, and then maybe right here just a little bit into the entrance. That way we have 3 barriers someone would have to make their way through.
That is a sound plan. Agrush
And
begins.
if we die in the mine, my father will get his wish.
The mighty Amatul will watch over us, I suspect. Agrush
I think-
starts to.
Go ahead.
Oh, he starts to pull out rocks, and following Bricktop's instructions about the best way to go about things.
And when we get done here, I think ultimately before we leave this area is go back to the temple, maybe take some of these fruits and that as an offering, and update the
Yeah, I'm a tool.
yes, thank you. An update on Matul and explain what was happening down here.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, we can do that the day before we have to leave.
Very well. So for now, are you going to set about sabotaging this mine?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bricktop will
Yes.
find a pickaxe or something near, and help Ogrush at removing some structural supports and stuff.
Sure.
And Katara is going to go and run out and get some of the other people to get these bodies out of here before we close up the mine.
Nice. Yep, these are also just members of nearby town. They will do so. It does take a couple of hours, and I mean, just to get the bodies out will take a bit of time as well. That long, but that with the sabotage of the mine, you're probably going to be spending a good part of the day here. Does that sound about right?
After the first, this first area where the party token is, after we cause that little collapse and get rid of this bridge structure, Brooktop is going to pull his special wineskin out and just pour a little offering into the stream before they continue to make their way back out.
And while Ogrush is working, he's always going to keep the barrel containing the halfling near him, and he's going to lapse back into his normal mode of talking about all kinds of random crap, talking to the barrel while he does his work.
Nice.
Brooktop is going to knock on the barrel every now and then.
Are you
Anybody
still
home?
listening?
Anybody home?
Just a bit of a shake and a jump. He is still there, and he even tries to give a last half-hearted bribe.
I once knew a dyslexic man who went to the seafood restaurant. You guys are out of order, he complained. I can't believe you serve shit to your customers. The waiter replied, you mean the carp, sir?
He starts to cry even louder. His torment knows no bounds, it would seem. As well, with the crack in the distance, you start to hear the mine collapsing. The original tunnel is sealed. The final chamber is first collapsed by itself, and then you manage to do the rest of the passage separately, running back into the daylight as an explosion of dust pours out. But the mine is no more. It is now simply just a mound in the earth.
As they move away from the entrance, Brooktop is going to turn to it, hold two fingers up in the air to salute the mine as they walk away.
Nice. Okay, so I mean at this point it'll probably be looking at like early afternoon. You guys are pretty tired. You probably stop for a little bit of lunch. I mean there's a pretty stocked larder here, so meats and cheeses, wines, expensive salted beefs, well not beef particularly, but different types of meats as well. You know, the guys here are welcome to sort you out with a nice lunch. They're used to doing so for the halfling, and there's more than enough to go around. For the meanwhile, you feel that you probably have at least done some good for the river, for the carp spirits in the river at the very least, which will in fact, in turn, help the people of Akreen, and in fact all the villagers living along the Lynx River, who do rely a lot on the fishing there. And you can see now, from your many experiences, the spirits here seem quite entangled in the economy. And I mean, the only real unbalance you've seen to that is people trying to take more than their fair share. The people of SiabSunkoh are pretty well looked after, from what you can tell.
Okay.
After we enjoy a few well-earned spoils of battle, when should we head to the mountain? Or back to the place where the Concord jewel comes?
Well, they were a bit worried that there's not enough manpower to take the carts back themselves, so they wouldn't mind you escorting them to Akreen if you have the time.
Of course.
Well, and then if you've got everything you need, I mean, the whole place, if you wanted to grab something from the stores, a bit of rations or anything like that, it would be possible. They ask what is going to be done with the shipment of metal that is sitting in the warehouse.
Well, we should have put that back in the mine.
Start digging.
Might as well sell it at this point. I mean, he's going to take us to the person anyway. Might as well sell it.
Did we examine exactly what metal it is? I don't think so, right?
I mean, I don't think you have.
Yeah.
Akari,
should
do you
do.
want to try to bite it?
You get a death glare.
I mean, if anyone would like to take some time to try and ascertain any properties of this, is anyone skilled with blacksmithing, alchemy, arcana maybe of some assistance, but it will be difficult.
Yeah, Digit is proficient in alchemist supplies, but he doesn't have them on him.
Okay. It's going to be difficult then, but I would say go and roll me. What is your character again? You're a cleric. So
Yep.
go and make me a wisdom check with your proficiency.
And can I guess guidance is that?
This will probably take longer than a minute.
Okay. And it's also not an ability check, right? So.
It's an ability check, a wisdom. Well,
Okay.
technically you're using your alchemist tools. I'm just allowing you to roll with your wisdom. Because there are enough in the blacksmith to get a rough estimate. But unfortunately with a 9, I mean, it's difficult. It's not something you've seen before. It doesn't react like most of the typical metals that you work with. You would have to wait until you had more knowledgeable minds or better resources. But there is definitely interesting properties to it.
Okay.
Perhaps we should offer it to Amatul.
Ah,
Yeah.
good idea.
Okay. Out in the stables, a bit further on, there is a couple of horse-drawn carts set up to carry the bodies back. You could probably find space to put these crates as well.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
And we definitely want to take some of those enormous, delicious fruits for the offering.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's very possible. I mean, there is a bit of a storehouse here as well with some of the produce that was going to get shipped off. Obviously, don't really know what's going to happen with that now. We'll have to. I mean, the people here would say that they're probably going to have to try and find the next of kin of this guy to instate him as the head. But I think with that, the journey would probably begin to the town of Akreen to return these people to their families and say goodbye to the servers from this area. It's a bit of a mixed bag of a journey, because obviously it's quite sad with the people behind you, but to some extent you have solved the problems, and the land itself seems to it's almost as if it's responding by being extremely colorful, bright. You can hear birds and creatures alive and well all around you, and it would be about starting to get fairly late in the afternoon, in fact, as you got to the city of Akreen. Most of the faces have a candle or a lantern in the window. It's quite a beautiful sight against the Lynx River, this darkness with the reflecting twinkling of all the lights of the village. You don't really have to be involved in this if you don't want to. I mean, the workers that are coming with you, they live here, so they can handle this effectively. Okay, seeing as no one's intervening, I'm going to say you leave them to their thing, and then head back to the night market. You'll probably arrive once it's getting in its stride. It'll probably be around 8-9 p.m. At night, though, I'd imagine. Are you guys prepared for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, just the group of you now heading back with the crates of metal. They will give you the use of one of the horse-drawn carts, and they'll give you a contact who you can hand it to at the night market to make sure it gets its way back to Akreen or the carp farm. But this would lead you to a night walk through the plains, and the moon is slightly out. There's 1.5 in the sky. One is kind of almost full and the other's just a slice, providing very strange ambience, combined with the lure pop flowers that grow all along the ridge of the mountains around you. It's actually fairly bright out. You move past mostly pretty open plains. There's not a lot of farming done around the night market itself, but you just see this glow of fire and life and lights as you do get closer to the night market. Let's get you back here. Yeah, familiar sights and smells as you kind of head back into the din of everything here. It's fairly easy to. Well, first of all, what is your plan in stopping here?
Is the market pretty busy right now?
It's coming to life now. Yeah, it's about the
Yeah.
time of night.
I think we take the let's take the halfling in a barrel to the Spicy Bros place and ask if we can stow him there, because I mean we covered up their shit. They might be able to cover up our shit. Sounds like a good plan to me.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. So heading over to the Spicy Brothers, you do pass close by Zangoon family seafood. You hear a sound actually as you pass by. Oh, there they are! Oh, Groosh! Oh, Groosh!
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes. I see. Yes. Zangoon family. I recall. What can I do for you?
Kusa Zangoon waving over to you, the matron of the shop. Here he is. Yes. We're so grateful for how you all helped us out, and well, I personally wanted to pay you back. And she steps to the side, and you see a young kobold standing there. This is my niece, Mita. This is the man I was telling you about, the gentleman. She looks back. Mita's about to start a family of her own. And she kind of gives you a bit of a sly look.
This is a tempting offer. My loyalty is to the Radiant Citadel. We have come as emissaries of Hosman to cultivate goodwill and justice in the realms. If this child wishes to accompany me on our journeys, then that is quite all right. But I'm afraid that I cannot remain here. My calling lies elsewhere.
And as you're saying this, I mean, you hear, as you get to the word child, you hear a bit of an explosion from this smaller figure. Call of outrage, and then she breaks into very fast kobold. Like you can imagine, a very angry Latina woman just starts shouting. I don't know if anyone here can speak kobold, but it doesn't sound very nice. She throws her hands in the air and starts to move back. Kusa kind of shaking her head. My. Well, the temp always does get the better of her. I tried. Thank you. And she takes your hand in her own and sincerely does kind of look up at you. Feel free to stop by the Zangoon family branch in the trade discal in the Radiant Citadel. They'll know.
I will look forward to that. I'm sure that the seafood at the Radiant Citadel is quite good, but it can't hold a candle to the Zangoon family seafood shop here in the Dinsing night market. We have business on the mountain.
Words. If I wasn't too old myself, maybe in another life. But she was implying that for helping these guys, don't forget that you do have kind of free lifetime service at the Zangoon family seafood.
We have business on the mountain, and we must make our way to the port of the Concord Jewel before the next arrival, so we cannot delay.
She will bid you farewell. You can see one of the meals that's about to come out, sitting in the pass. She snatches it from one of the waiters and throws it in a takeaway box for you. You can just see this very upset-looking gnome in the background, like, hey! But here, for your travels, and gives you some lunch, some like seafood wraps.
Many thanks.
Kitara would speak up and say, as we are going to the mountain, we'd be happy to take any offering that you would like us to present to the mountain, if you wish.
Okay, she kind of smacks her forehead with the palm of her hand. Of course, I should have thought of that. One moment. And she moves back to kind of get one of her number 3 sushi specials, effectively. It's the better selling dish here. She'll hand that over as a tribute.
Okay, we'll be sure to place it, and they understand that this is from the Zungoon family.
Yep. She gives you all a hug, and then with that, you done here at the family seafood?
Yeah.
All right.
As we walk away, Bricktop is going to nudge Agrush. I do believe, Agrush, that you just received a proposal with a dowry.
Indeed, I did. This happens to me very often.
You know, I once knew of a young couple named Kelly, who lived belly to belly, because once in their haste they used library paste instead of petroleum jelly.
Oh, you're a poet beyond measure, Bricktop.
And with the jovial atmosphere following you out of the Dunsing night market, that will put you back on the trail. And a long trail it still is to the Avern Mountain. You realize that you would probably be braving exhaustion if you did not rest before setting out, but it's up to you, of course.
I figured we was resting, hence the putting the dude in the...
Well, you woke up early in the morning. Obviously you finished your rest. You were disturbed very early, but you spent the whole day working at the carp farm, then travelled to Akreen, and now travelled to the night market. And when it's getting to the night market, it's like 9-10 p.m. You could probably...
No, that's what I was saying. I thought we was going to rest, hence the suggestion of going to the Spicy Bros tent, because we can put the gnome in a barrel there in their store, because they ain't gonna dob us in because we didn't dob them in.
Sure, that makes sense. We can go to the Spicy Brothers, and maybe they want us to place an offering as well.
Yep. We could also ask
Catch a rest there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, they're definitely grateful. There's kind of no complaints from them. You get the feeling that they're maybe a bit too worried to put up any serious complaints anyway, if there was. But they do have a spare room that you guys can all kind of cram into. As for the barrel, they'll put the barrel in their storeroom. They'll try not to get it mixed up with sources.
I will paint a Macari little symbol on the side of the barrel.
Fair enough.
little goblin head.
Yeah, so with that you guys can have a nice rest, knowing that you're surrounded by just regular market goers, no sinister groups as far as you're aware, at least. Just this very popular night market and everyone coming to shop here. So with that, as the night fades on, you can hear some more market games going off in the distance, the familiar sounds of people engaging into deadly combat with some of the battle prawns. The sun eventually does rise once more. The night market starts to die down, and you can hear the Spicy Brothers kind of coming in after a hard night's work, getting prepared to rest during the early hours of the morning. Anything you guys want to do before setting out to the mountain?
First thing in the morning, Bricktop is going to give the little knock on the barrel. Anyone home?
Please, do you have any water? Some food? Anything?
I have wine. I have wine. And Bricktop is going to just pour a little wine onto the barrel so it like drips through
And the
the
barrel's not
cracks
smelling too
onto
good.
the gnome.
I mean, he's probably peed himself a little bit in there.
Hmm. This is justice where I come from, but I do think we should give him water.
Yes, and a little bit of food, just to keep him alive.
Okay.
So Agrish
Yeah.
will break off a little portion of the dried sea creature that he got from the meat stall at the Dinsing Night Market.
Nice.
It's actually quite a delicacy. But I mean, he's going to give him a morsel. I mean, just enough. And then offer him some water.
How about dipping that in some of the Spicy Brothers hot sauce before giving it to him?
Yeah, there you go. Very good.
Okay, are you taking? I mean, out of 10, which spiciness are you going for? Your
10.
10.
Let's I don't believe we are familiar with the peppers ourselves.
I think someone ate
There we go.
Ate the peppers.
We
that
grabbed
made-
one.
Oh wow.
We grabbed one at random, and it was a 10.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
that made you see everyone's faces looking like skulls for a moment. It's like
Yeah.
almost hallucinogenic. It's so strong.
Yes, that's good.
Did we learn where they get that from?
They grow it out in the outer edges. Yeah, it's local.
Damn. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, this guy there's just howls, coughs, spluttering. The little bit of water that he does get, well, probably enough to hydrate him. Sure, does not go as far as you'd hoped. Do you just kind of close him back up again?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you just kind of.
He's just in there vomiting and everything.
Gross. Gosh. It's a good thing the barrel is pretty watertight, so nothing's getting out of there once the top is closed. I mean,
Bricktop would like to just ask the Spicy Brothers real quick. Have you ever made this pepper into a powder that could be added to a drink?
It's. I mean, yes, we keep it for preserves for some of our foods.
Bricktop's just thinking about how useful that could be to sabotage someone. A little sprinkle in their drink before you give it to them.
I tell you what, I'll give you a small pouch. It's just a small handful.
Ah, thank you. Approximately how many drinks could I essentially poison with that small pouch?
I'm not familiar with the poisoning of drinks through capsicum. Not too sure on that one.
Okay, Bricktop will experiment on himself.
It'll probably be like around 10 to 15 really solid pinches of the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're happy to keep the barrel here for now. They will put a ground sheet over it to kind of muffle the noise somewhat. They will make it so that there's still some oxygen getting in every now and again. But yeah, anything else before you set off? Stop it.
I don't believe so.
Makari would suggest that we offer this gnome to the spirits as tribute.
He has already been seasoned, I guess.
And he makes sure to
has
say
elected-
very loudly so the gnome can very much hear this.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Well, the
It is-
gnome has elected to avoid justice of his people. I say we take him to the people who are expecting the shipment and then deliver him to them.
So, just so you are aware, the vibe you probably would have gotten from that whole situation is that the people who are expecting the delivery are some kind of, maybe even a crime syndicate, people that definitely dealing behind closed doors. Yeah. From what you could gather, this metal is a bit of a taboo subject, and it's not harvested. That's kind of the feeling you got from the people around the silver carp farm.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think our best option really is to just let the laws of the land deal with him. It is not up to him to decide at this moment. So, what he would like is out of reach for him now after what he has done.
I'm confident that Hosman would want us to investigate this crime syndicate. They may be unsavory people, but I do not fear them.
We can let Hosman know of all the information we have. But my personal opinion is to let the laws of the land deal with him.
I agree.
Makari asks, when you say laws of the land, do you mean the laws of the people? And then he points
No.
down, well, the laws of the land.
No, I mean the laws of the land, and he points down as well.
Then we should take him with us to Amatul.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, you can load the barrel back onto the horse-drawn cart. It'll be fairly easy enough to take it to the base of the mountain. However, bringing the cart all the way up the mountain is going to be a different question. You might just want to kind of crack it open and let him walk, or carry the barrel up. One of you will have to do it.
We could always roll it up.
Fair enough. Well, setting off into the bright day. Yes? Anything?
Whenever Ogrush last mentioned Amat Tool, Bricktop finally lost his willpower and just shuts up. Haha, I'm a tool, you're a tool. He's been fighting that urge for days.
Well, bit of
Before we leave, Makari, every service needs payment, goes both ways. He's going to pay the Spicy Bros 1 gold for keeping their barrel overnight in a nice safe place.
Okay.
Oh, Makari, you have your toad again, right?
If it was not left, like, as long as it was still around where he left it.
Yeah. It wandered a little bit, but easily tracked down. Not a problem. Okay.
I will feed my toad, just in case you're keeping track of that, and I don't want my toad to get pissed off and then try to eat me.
Right.
The first comment you made was, you're about the size of its food normally. It's just like, okay, yeah, I've got to keep an eye on that.
So, I mean, the trip will take you back into the jungles of SiabSunkoh, hot, filled with insects, but generally, you kind of feel an acceptance from the land. It's hard to put your finger on, but the weather is nice. Creatures generally watching you pass, no kind of predators interrupting you as you find yourself after a quite sweaty morning walk at the base of the Avern Mountains. Was there anything you guys wanted to get done as you were heading through the jungles? Anything you were looking for? Anything like that?
Vibrantly coloured berries for paint.
Were we getting fruit or whatever? Or did we grabbed those at the farm, right?
You could.
Okay.
It's gonna keep an eye out for the golden monkey that he saw last time.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of a spirit of the jungle area here, you get the feeling. This time, unfortunately, you don't see it, although you do see one or two similar creatures as you get to the base of the mountain. A nearby boulder in the distance, in fact, about 150 feet away, starts to move. You kind of get a fright. It looks like this large, almost like crab, that has the rock on its back and begins to kind of scuttle at a very strange, with a very strange gait up quite a steep slant onto the mountainside. But no signs of any other forest or spirits of the land here besides that. As the trip
Okay.
up the Avern Mountain, I mean, you can see the landscape open up around you again. It's beautiful, except for the utter destruction that lies outside of the Valley of SiabSunkoh. And it wouldn't take you guys too long to head back into the area you once, this kind of natural shrine where Amatal resides. So is there anything in particular you want to bring forward as you see the beast kind of materializing from around the base
Morning.
of the
Good
tree?
morning. I guess you are done.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Amatul, the mighty, we have brought Halfling to your court for justice. This is the person who was ravaging the land, and Agrush will open up the barrel and grab the halfling by the collar and hoist him up so that Amatul can see. In addition, we have brought the medals because we offer them to you to return them to the land or to do with them what you will.
Okay. You can see this figure moving forward with these strange kind of centipede-like motion, legs constantly appearing at the chest and traveling backwards down the body as he moves forward to disappear when they reach the hind section. As he looks down at the halfling, you can feel this figure kind of, well, you can feel the halfling kind of cringe, pull into himself. You feel the weight increase by a couple of pounds as all the power goes out of his legs and he kind of crumples down. He's obviously never been face to face with a creature of this magnitude, and as Amatal jumps down, lots of problems you have caused to the land, thankfully fixed by our friends here. The head rotates slightly as he takes in this small whimpering figure. Natural justice would deem you returned to the earth. An eye flicks up to the others. Have you any other plans for him?
Our only other thought was to sell him to the people who bought the metals and let them do with him as they will.
The creature, Amatal, won't reply to that. He will just kind of close his eyes, and you see him concentrate. Who is Agrush? You're holding this halfling, right?
Yes.
You feel the weight increase as you kind of get surprised, pulling up, keeping him at the same level, and then it increases further. You realize it's not that the weight is increasing, he's actually getting drawn into the earth, and you're now currently preventing that.
Agrush drops the halfling.
Please! He reaches out to try and grab onto you. I imagine you kind of just pull your hand away as you see the vines open up. The ground itself seems to receive him like a maw. Gemstones and rocks as teeth, and what would be a tongue in the far distance. Just this lapping pool of liquid rock as the screaming halfling is very quickly and efficiently drawn into the ground. There's almost a little burp afterwards as the cavity closes and his cries are cut short.
Instinctually, Bricktop's just gonna take like a step to the side.
Fair. The figure will look down. As for the excavated bones of the land, they are but dead flesh upon the earth here. Take them with you, do what you would. I would prefer you not to leave them here.
Understood. We shall dispose of them in a manner respectful of the land.
He pauses for a moment. And if you could find use of this substance to help you in further helping the land, that would not be against us.
What is this substance, great Amatul? It defies our reason.
It is substance that was here in the creation of the world. One that the elementals have learnt to channel through, to abide in, and over time it has become warped by their presence. It is of the land, but now it is not, and I cannot guarantee what effects it will have. Know that it should harbor some of the protective magics that SiabSunkoh brings to bear against the outside world. So, I mean, he can't
We will
tell you-
handle it carefully.
Okay, I mean, he can't tell you more than that. He can't do layman terms or anything. But he nods, and does it seem like your conversation here is done? Does anybody else have anything else to say?
Want to make sure that we unload all the tributes
Yes.
and explained who gave what and that kind of thing.
Yep. He listens. He listens earnestly, to the point where you're not too sure, but it seems like he's going to, in fact, take to heart who each blessing was, and maybe bring a blessing onto their house in return. He definitely enjoys it, especially the seafood, as he does love. Well, he pretty much loves all the food from the night markets. You see a strange expression, almost like a leafy purr from this large behemoth of a creature before it turns, and kind of an extra 2 legs form at the back to assist the other 2 as they leap him up onto the rock here. You are always welcome back in the valley. And begins to move back towards his tree.
Thank you, Amatul. My last question is, are there smiths in SiabSunkoh who can tell us more about this strange metal, or perhaps craft it into useful items for us?
I'm afraid I know not of the knowledge of man. They are resourceful. I'm sure you will find something.
We may have better luck just going back to the Radiant Citadel with this.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. And you find yourself in this beautiful place. I mean, you could possibly stop here for lunch, but otherwise is the general plan just to head back to the Concord Jewel Port?
I think so.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Makara's gonna have a look around because it's a grovey kind of area. Is there any creatures here that maybe are not amphibious and will, not die if we're away from a river for a couple of days?
That's asking a bit much, eh? So, what type of creature, what archetype of creature are you looking for?
Your preference, I don't really care. It's just I'm thinking more thematically that a giant frog, if we, for instance, say stuck up in the mountains and we can't find a river, that the creature will die.
Yeah. So I mean,
'Cause
you
it's-
could see
it's
one of the leafy timber wolves that attacked you guys earlier. They live in this valley. I think. Wait, those are large creatures, though.
Yeah. How about he'll ask the spirit to be given a companion that would not be at risk if he can't find a water source, and he'll let the spirits decide.
Seems fair enough. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, if you want, Digit would also help you out in finding a new mount.
Brooktop will give you some inspiration to help with the animal handling. I was going to say, Makari rides on a large battle toad. He uses worms on a stick to goad. The toad does not stop. It's hippity-hop for as long as Makari has rode.
Nice. Okay, so, I mean, there's a lot of interesting creatures here. Are you looking for something with... let's see... Because there's a giant ant, could be pretty cool. They have, they seem pretty good, in fact. If you're looking for something more normal...
I'm not looking for something necessarily powerful. Like, it's mostly for mobility, I'll be honest. Like,
Yeah, I just think a giant ant sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I kind of like something interesting like that. Like, no, I didn't want something basic like a horse or something. That doesn't seem very goblinish.
So the giant ant has a 40-foot speed,
Ooh.
but no climbing or
Nice.
anything. There is also a centipede. Oh wait, no, that's not a giant one. Yeah, they got mandibles. The ants got mandibles and stuff like that. Pretty cool. See what else we got. A spider. There could be
Well, spider was my original plan.
a giant spider. I mean, they got that here. That's 30 feet speed, 30 feet climb.
Yeah, which is better. It'll be less. It'll be better than me zipping around for 80 feet, and I'm pretty sure spiders have webs as well, which will go quite well with the whole CC tanky supporty kind of build that I'm going. So,
Okay, sure.
spider sounds good.
The giant huntsman spider.
Nice.
Yeah, Bricktop's not afraid of spiders.
Impressive. Alright, so you guys maybe have a bit of a rest, eat some food. Is the plan, what's the plan from here? Heading down, or is something else?
Yeah, I think just head down and start heading towards the.
Yeah, or you'd probably arrive at the night market around early afternoon, maybe about 1, 2 o'clock. If you hurried, you could arrive there at midday when the kind of scheduled arriving time is.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say let's just hurry and go.
Yeah, hoof it.
Sprinting the rest of the way, you see the ruby Concord jewel that you traveled here on, the one marking, the one that travels between here and the Radiant Citadel, comes suddenly into existence with a poof, small explosion of force in the air before lighting onto the ground. You can see the figures dressed in the kind of more neutral colors of the Radiant Citadel staff. The clavigers, as they're called, the pilots of these jewels. We see one of the assistant clavigers step out, begin escorting people from the vehicle, helping with any luggage, things like that. So, you guys heading on with your metals, the crates. Anything else you're bringing with you besides your just carry-on luggage?
No, that's it.
Alright. So, as and you're ready to leave this world as well? Okay, no complaints. Then
I think so. Yeah.
the last
Yeah,
site
but
you-
Agrush,
Yes?
Agrush is gonna take a look around for the crime syndicate people, just to see if he can identify them.
Okay. I mean, you were aware that was supposed to go down in the trade discal.
Oh, okay.
In
My
the
bad.
Radiant Citadel.
Gotcha.
No problem.
Gotcha.
So as you look around, the last thing you do see is a crying kobold that is blowing into a handkerchief, waving goodbye before sprinting back into the night market. And with that, the doors close, and you're asked to take your seat. A familiar hum as the machine comes to life, yes?
Heartbreaker, Ogrish.
What you gonna do, man?
I'm
Love him
working
and
on
leave him,
delivery
huh?
right now.
And before you know it, you're coming to a stop again, opening up to a strange place. It's got definitely a unique smell to it, almost like a faintest hint of roasted almonds, if that's a strange thing to say. But you see the Radiant Citadel appear once more before you as you arrive at the Passage of Respite, and stepping off with your cart that is organized for you to carry your metals. You are released back into the city. I mean, it's been a while since you've been here. It's definitely a different way of life. You can see the bustle of everybody moving around, busy on their own to do